10 years ago, Dr. Gillian LaPrairie, a primatologist, inspired a group of teachers and students to support a community in Kenya. Dr. LaPrairie worked at the Ol Pejeta Wildlife Conservancy near the town of Nanyuki. Ol Pejeta is a 90,000-acre wildlife conservancy that protects many of Kenya's endangered species. Dr. LaPrairie helped create a sanctuary for abused chimpanzees, the only one of its kind in Kenya. Ol Pejeta is also home to the last 3 northern white rhinos on this earth. Rhinos are being poached for their horns at an unprecedented rate. Sadly, Ol Pejeta now has a graveyard for poached rhinos. As Dr. LaPrairie worked with the wildlife, she began to learn about the challenges faced by the communities that live around the conservancy. The wildlife we admire so much often breaks through the fences and destroys the livelihood of the locals. Animals and humans compete for grazing land. Local farmers don't always see a direct benefit of wildlife tourism. She soon realized that working with wildlife in isolation was not the answer. She realized that she needed to include the community in protecting their heritage. So she returned to Canada to share her vision of creating sister schools. She hoped this would give young people the opportunity to support the community surrounding the Ol Pejeta Conservancy as well as the wildlife. In 2006, PA-MOJA held its first meeting at Langley Fine Arts School. A partnership was created between PA-MOJA and Ol Pejeta's CEO, Richard Vine. The average charity in Kenya lasts 3 years. We have had a 10-year committed partnership with Ol Pejeta's community department. We have trained 2 community managers in Kenya to help us implement our projects. These long-term relationships deepen friendships and break down stereotypes. We began by helping children go to school by fundraising to pay for their bursaries and school uniforms. Then we built classrooms, libraries, internet towers, biogas stations, and water tanks. We have developed a policy that no volunteer will do a job that could be done by a Kenyan. The community managers hire foremen who direct teams of skilled workers to complete the project.
This school, the building is going up very quickly.
Yeah, it's because I'm the one in charge. I'm doing the right thing to make sure the building is already.
So thanks very much. We really appreciate you building this building. We think it will really help the students here at Sweetwater's primary school, and thanks for making it a great learning environment for them.
Thank you.
Instead of bringing donated items to Kenya, we buy locally, then resell the items in North America at our fundraisers. In this way, we support Kenyan artisans and their local economy. %10 of our funds go towards expanding Ol Pejeta's Wildlife Education Center. We've taken hundreds of children from the local children's home to see the Ol Pejeta Conservancy. When children are given the chance to interact with wildlife, they are more likely to protect their heritage. PA-MOJA invites donors to come to Kenya to see for themselves the difference they have made.
Wow. This is so awesome. I can't believe we're here.
All travelers pay their own flights and expenses. our donors interact with the students at our sister schools. They also have the opportunity to see the wildlife they are helping to protect. Instead of holding a hammer, donors exchange knowledge, ideas, and cultures.
Onwan. Imbet.
Cheetah? Good. Giraffe? Giraffe? Yes.
In addition to art and letter exchanges, PA-MOJA uses technology to connect students in Kenya and North America. We wanted to give the local community the opportunity to use technology to share their own stories. Too often, the stories of Kenyans are told by visitors who don't know the whole story. As a result, the single story the world sees is one of poverty and helplessness told by others. Many rural Kenyans surrounding Ol Pejeta have never used the internet, so we provided access and the opportunity to connect to schools in Canada. With financial support from the Langley School District, we created Butterfly Effect, a collaborative website where students in Langley, Coquitlam, and Kenya work together on inquiry projects. The students in Kenya and North America benefit equally from this relationship.
Butterfly Effect gave me a chance to have meaningful interactions with Canadian students, both from an intellectual and social-cultural perspective. I feel my world is bigger, wider, and I'm sure visiting Canada will make it even bigger. I feel working with them on a daily basis will be enriching to both them and ourselves.
After years of inviting donors, we felt it was time to invite our Kenyan students to Canada. The students earned the trip because of their 3-year commitment to Butterfly Effect.
We thank PA-MOJA for making this a possibility, and we are looking forward to work with students from Langley Fine Arts in the near future, and maybe we can come and thank them in person maybe sometime.
We can't wait to get there and show you our stuff.
In January 2016, our first 3 Kenyan students and a teacher arrived in Canada.
We are here!
Hi everyone, I'm Victor and we are in Wesley, and I really like the snow. I feel like it's cotton falling from up.
He went to Whistler and he parked the car. He went to Whistler and he's going to park his car. Park his car. Eh? Park his car.
They have had the opportunity to immerse themselves in Canadian culture and so much more. The lives of the young people we support are transformed. because of our long-term commitment, we get to see them grow up and be successful. Many poor women in Kenya have large families because of lack of education as well as cultural and religious beliefs that are imposed upon them by their community. According to researcher Dr. Hans Rosling, if you educate one child in a family of 10, it's enough to pull the whole family out of poverty. Children who are educated grow up to have smaller families who are also educated. Today, we have 38 sister schools in Canada, the USA, and Kenya. Through the hard work and generosity of our sister schools and a committed community of donors, PA-MOJA has raised close to $600,000. Every penny was raised by our community of donors. We have funded over 300 bursary students in Kenya. PA-MOJA means together in Swahili. It's in this spirit that we continue to work together to make the world a better place for our children. All of them. We at PA-MOJA would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all our friends and donors for an incredible 10 years. We would be grateful if you would help us continue our meaningful, long-lasting relationship with both people and wildlife in Kenya. From the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you. Asante sana.
Happy birthday, PA-MOJA from Kenya!
Happy birthday, PA-MOJA!
Happy birthday, PA-MOJA. Thank you.
Happy birthday, happy PA-MOJA. Happy, sema happy. Happy birthday, PA-MOJA. PA-MOJA. Happy birthday, PA-MOJA.